Debt management companies are out here promising you a fresh start. But what if that fresh start comes with a catch nobody mentions at the signing table? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on what the fine print quietly buries. And trust me, the consequences stretch way further than a few dings on your credit report. Here's the machine behind the curtain. Debt management companies profit when you enroll, negotiate, reduce payments, and collect monthly fees, often regardless of whether you actually come out ahead. They are essentially middlemen in a system designed to look like rescue, but sometimes functions more like a revolving door. Think of it like this. You call a plumber to fix a leak, but instead of patching the pipe, they hand you a bucket and charge you a subscription. The structural problem, meaning the spending behavior, the income gap, the financial literacy deficit, never actually gets addressed. The optimism you felt signing those enrollment papers is real, and those early months of lower payments can genuinely feel like breathing room. But then the credit score damage sets in, new creditors start rejecting you, and suddenly that breathing room starts to feel like a holding cell. Psychologically, debt enrollment creates a false sense of resolution. You feel like you have done something, so the urgency fades. And urgency is exactly what drives change. Behavioral economists call this moral licensing, where one good act gives your brain permission to relax on all the other acts that actually matter. Historically, debt relief industries boomed during recessions. In the 1980s, the 2000s, and 2020 all saw massive spikes in enrollment, followed by waves of people realizing the long-term credit and tax consequences nobody explained. Each cycle feels new and personal, but the pattern is almost embarrassingly predictable. Desperation sells, and fine print protects the seller. Here is where it fits into the bigger picture. Debt management is one chapter in a longer financial cycle of accumulation, crisis, restructuring, and recovery that repeats across generations. Community forums, Reddit threads, and financial coaches are increasingly warning that settlement and management plans often tank your credit for 7 years, which is longer than most car loans and almost as long as some mortgages. One massive misconception is that debt management and debt settlement are the same thing. They are absolutely not, and confusing the two can cost you thousands. Management plans typically preserve your credit relationships, while settlement programs intentionally default you. And that distinction changes your financial life for nearly a decade. The practical lesson history keeps screaming at us is this: if you enroll in any debt program, get the total cost of the program in writing before you sign a single document. Moderate risk here means asking exactly what happens if you miss a payment, how fees are structured, and whether creditors are even legally obligated to honor the negotiated terms. Discipline in this context means treating debt resolution like a fitness plan. Consistency over intensity, small sustainable moves over dramatic gestures, and never outsourcing your accountability to someone whose business model depends on your crisis. Position size matters here too, meaning do not commit every dollar to a repayment plan that leaves zero emergency buffer, because one car repair away from defaulting on your debt plan is a terrible place to live. There's also a tax consequence that nearly nobody warns you about. Forgiven debt is often counted as taxable income by the IRS, so that $50,000 in settled credit card debt could generate a surprise tax bill that wipes out the savings you thought you made. The IRS has a form for this. It is called a 1099-C, and it shows up in your mailbox like an uninvited guest who also wants 20% of your relief. The philosophical truth underneath all of this is that financial freedom is not a product you can purchase from a company with a toll-free number and a friendly representative named Brad. Discipline, right-sizing your obligations, and building consistent habits will outlast any program, any negotiation, and any temporary relief. If you are sitting in debt right now, that is not a character flaw, it is a systems problem in a culture that normalized credit long before it normalized financial education. But knowing the full picture, especially the parts Brad did not mention, means you can make a decision that actually serves your future self instead of just quieting today's anxiety. The real win is not just escaping debt, it is building the kind of financial foundation where debt becomes a tool you use deliberately, not a trap you fall into passively. And whether you come out of this motivated to restructure, negotiate independently, or simply understand what you signed, that clarity is worth more than any program fee. If you are ready to start building real financial ground beneath your feet, whether that means real estate investing, home contracting projects, or connecting with the right lenders, check out our links in the description below and let us help you take the next step.